Welcome to the Pro-Am Sim Racing UK Race 1 at Mugello. Commentators tonight, Si.
Matt.
So
And
we're starting off, we've got our pros. Starting off on lap 1, we can see we've got Ranger cars, Mazda MX-5s here. We're moving on to Nissan Silvia. So who are we looking at right now?
It's G-Force.
He's going to be a real contender this season. Very quick driver.
Here are the arms. It's a good start at the front. We got nope. There we go. It's all gone. This is Pro-Am Matt coming up on the screen now.
That's it. So Pro-Am Matt. So he's got his Nissan 370. Loving the livery on that car as well. Really smart.
Going down into the first corner.
G-Force again. So he's carving through the pack. Definitely a contender this season. He's already up 5 places from the start, and we're only on halfway through lap 1. I think that tells us what this season's going to look like, Matt. What do we think?
Here's a storming driver. Drive absolutely through the field in no time. It's coming up on Mugello now as we go down into the S's.
So we're back with the AMs. So we're on Randall Vandal at the moment. He's lost a place, so he started at the front. So we use a reverse PI grid here. So he started at the front. He's lost 1 place. We've got our fast drivers that start at the back. So back into the pros is his dad. So he's got his
beautiful
MX-5.
Mazda.
Yeah, a lot of downforce on that car. Really good through the S's, and any of those curved sections, pretty difficult to beat, to be honest, no matter which car you're in this season. But we're looking good as well. Moving up, of course, he's been promoted from the AM division for this season after absolutely dominating them last time. So he's moving up on 40 there.
Yeah.
Back down to the bottom of the grid. The who we're with here, it's in the pros. Sorry that it says AMS at the top there. So
we're on Speedy. We're on Speedy here, and Sparky up his tail.
Yeah, there we go.
He's going down the inside.
It's an aggressive overtake, bit of a squeeze there.
He's pushing wide, weren't he there?
Stand on that, what do you think, Matt? Bit cheeky?
It was definitely pushing wide. And Randall is off. Randall is in the gravel. Recovers well. There's 3 places down.
Oh, it's 4 now, Matt. It's 4. So he's lost an extra place there.
Oh no. He's off again.
Right. So he's not having a great start to the season. Alright, so he started at the front and he's all the way down in 10th now, trying to recover.
Shark fin sliding down the inside in his Nismo 370Z. I know he's got back by R51.
I think this is going to be a tasty battle between these two. They're going to have to come back to, I think, as well. Sharkfin, new to the league. A little bit of an unknown quantity for us. Testing absolutely looked like an AM, speed-wise. Time will tell.
Absolutely.
R51 as well.
R51 has been a good driver in previous seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, he's lost it. He's got a bit sketchy there.
Good save. Yeah, it was a good save there. That would Sprout in front in the S2000. Another quick driver in the AMs. So one of our older competitors as well.
Oldest on the grid, in fact, is he not?
He is. But not to be deceived by that age at all. He's an absolutely racy individual, that one.
Oh, so Markio is up G-Force's tail.
He's on 4th position now. So absolutely carving up that field. So it looks like it's going to be a really positive race for him. Fordy's flying as well. So Fordy's in 3rd place. Fordy being promoted from the AM division last season. Again, he did really well. So Fordy and Izzy's dad are both at the top of that division. So quite right, moved up for their chest.
G-Force eats a bit of gravel there. And now we're on with Pro-Am Neo. Pro-Am Neo is going to storm past Samira. Samira 96 slips it up the inside down into the S's.
See, Pro-Am Neo, he's a regular race winner. This season, he's picked a car that isn't quite on pace with some of the front runners. We're going to see how he gets on this season. AMs.
Now we go with XY 101. It's right up Pro-Am Matt.
Yeah, he's going for a look on Matt. Let's see if he can make it stick. He's using as much track as he can there, just around turn 3. He hasn't quite got the run on him down into that.
No, we both come up to join
section.
Neb Nobber. It's three-way battle as we go down into this corner.
That's it. And he's got him just into that corner there, just as we switch over to the pros. We lost him just at the wrong moment there, I think, just looking at that overtake. So we're looking at Neo again. He's only moved up 2 places. He's definitely one of these drivers now where I'd expect him to be moving up a little bit quicker. But he's a stupidly quick driver. He really is. But that Subaru, challenging choice, I would say.
It's quite a popular choice, though. There's a few of them on the grid this season.
It is.
We rejoined the XY, Ben, Neb Nobber and Pro-Am here.
Why again, doing pretty well. So he's not managed to gap Matt very much. So Matt seems to be coming back at him here. And then taking a look at Sprout. So Sprout's back leading the field again here in that S2000. It's got some real legs, that car, so far. Got speed. Going to be difficult to catch on the straights. Exit really for him. It's a very narrow tyre width on this, though. One thing with this sim, it doesn't give you the tyre width you expect for these cars. So he's fairly restricted. We noticed that very much in the corners.
It's alongside. Oh, he's losing 2 places now with Sprout. Oh, they're off. They're off.
One way, wasn't it?
Ben, Neb is off too. That's a bad crash.
Nado went flying off there. Is he still dropping? He's dropping down the grid. So he's gone from 4th to 9th there.
He must have took some damage.
I think he has. I think that's the end of the race for Neb Nodder there. That's a real shame. He was looking racy. So Fordy's lost a place in that MX-5. Still looking really racy though. So we're on to Mark for the first time in that RX-7. Now the RX-7 is a favourite for this season. Right? It's got real acceleration, brilliant downforce with that massive rear wing. And then Sparky.
Sparky's coming up on Speedy yet.
Yeah.
With Flash behind him.
What are we saying about Sparky's chances this season, Matt?
He looks strong. He's looking strong. He's in the S2000 also with pure power going down the straights. Yeah,
he's a driver actually that's coincidentally he's come down from pros, hasn't he? All right, so he's had when he was in the pros driving Porsche 911 RSR in the GTs.
It was a bit out of his league for that season.
So it was a tough season, yeah, and I think that's the reason he's dropped down. But I think we're going to see a lot of him this season, carving up the pack in the end. With Mark in the RX-7, he's dropped 2 places. It's a challenging car. It's fast, but a challenging car. It doesn't seem that he's anywhere near Gaz at the front there. OLR Gazor, but he's going to be a car to beat this season.
Matt Gale and Pro-Am Jimmy are rubbing shoulder to shoulder through the S's.
Both in the Subaru as well. So that Impreza, great car to drive.
Jim really goes through. Car. Jim slides right down the inside.
Yeah, and he's a master of overtakes like that. If there's a gap, he's going to fit it in there. So whether he can keep, that's the question.
Do not leave the door open.
Yeah.
Jim will come
So
knocking.
We've not seen a huge amount of Jim yet in these highlights. So that's the blue car that's in front of Matt Gale. Very racy driver, been with us for a few seasons now. Incredibly quick. Missed out on getting that pole spot on every single season he's been with us so far. That top spot, he's always been 1 or 2 places away, which I know is a real frustration for him because he's
Is he going to get his win this season?
So he's doing well. He hasn't missed a race yet either. Last season he missed 2 races with us. Really impacted on those points. So we're back with Sparky. It looks like he's going to get speedy now and possibly go for a decent overtake. He's not an easy one to overtake though. It's a driver that really gets his elbows out, rightly or wrongly. And we're going to see those in tonight's race, I think, as well. All right.
Definitely gets
What do we
defensive.
think? He does.
Definitely gets defensive. But can we get by clean? He's gone wide
That's
into
it.
this corner, so is he giving a chance for him to get up on his tail here?
That's it. And as David Coulthard says, you can't win a race first corner, but you can lose one. Let's see what happens with this battle now. They've got to keep it clean. Got to keep that race etiquette. We try and get past without touching where we can. A bit of rubbing, not so bad. The odd love that. Got to leave racing room.
Sparky may actually lose out to Speedy along the way here. His Speedy was getting close up his there.
Oof. And then we're seeing Gaz.
Gaz seems to be
And he made a
flashing.
very clean overtake there. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with his car there. I'm hoping it's not a connection issue. That we lose him tonight. But he's just overtaken 40. So 40's down into 5th now. So he was starting right at the front there.
Now we have the leading 3 in the arms, just Toyhead and G-Force. His dad is right behind.
Yeah. And these 3, they're going to be contenders for the whole season. Izzy's dad is showing real pace. It's absolutely the right time for him to move up into the pros.
Well, these 3 are getting close now. These 3 is coming out on top. Oh, Sparky's gone. Sparky's already gone by.
Oh, so I'd missed that. Okay, so Sparky's made the overtake. We've got Flash coming up on both as well. So Flash is another driver that's moved down into the AMs from the Pro Division. So for those joining us for the first time, with the Pro-Am Sim Racing UK League, we've got 2 divisions. We've got the Pros, which is generally 1 division or 1 category higher.
Oh, that's a bit naughty. That's a bit naughty.
Oh.
He only lost it himself, but that were a squeeze.
Yeah, well, he got by, and they both survived. Looks like without damage. Then
A bit of rubbing his racing. It's going sideways.
Slide there as well from R51. It's that S2000. Those tyres are so narrow.
There's not much grip to offer, is there?
So narrow, yeah. That last corner on Mugello, he was brave going through there. What seemed like full throttle to trying to maintain that position. But,
Speedy's got back in front of Sparky here. But he's coming back at him.
He is. And it's that cornering speed of the MX-5 every time. I think it's going to be an interesting race between the 2 of them, and he's got him again.
It's not quite, but he's up there, he's coming.
Yeah. It's going to be 2-1.
Had he slowing Flash down there? He looked like he were gaining the last lap.
So back to Mark. He's maintained position. And you know what? He's nothing but consistent, is he, really? You know, he's managed to hold position there. He's got a really decent car. He's got some tough drivers around him. I think Jim and Neo are the next cars behind him in 7th and 8th. He's in trouble. What do we think?
He's definitely in trouble. Which one is
They're
coming
not
out on
the
top
drivers
between
that you
Jim and
want
Sean?
behind you, all right?
Jim and Neil.
I've said before, where there's a gap, Jim's going to stick it in there. Okay, so we're going to see what happens here. So at the moment, got 1.4 seconds as that gap. Getting closer.
He's leaving the door open for Neil here.
He is. He is. So we're not seeing that defensive driving just yet, but we know that only wastes time, doesn't it? It costs time.
It does. It
Is he
slows you
playing
down.
a long game? Is he being smart? Let's see if he can hold on. I think Jim's got him. I think he's got a run on him here. Let's see. Into this right-hander here, has he got him?
No, he's not got him at
No.
all. He's very good at positioning the car, is Mark.
He is. He's done really well there. I think he's just about to lose it here. We moved on to it. We can just see them in the front. Yeah, he didn't get it. He didn't get the position. So it's really well
Staying
defended.
in front. It's a good driver here.
And here we are. So we've got U-Type.
There's also a new driver.
Yeah. So interesting car, the Nissan that he's driving as well. Fantastic speed. It's another one that doesn't really have that tyre width or the downforce that you get in some of these other cars, but he's incredibly fast. And there's no question with U-Type. Absolutely, he's a pro driver, and he's going to be competing right in front. So we're back with Gazor. Now, this is a car, I feel like it's going to be one that's kind of OP for this season. The Supra. We did ban the new Supra. We kept the old one in. Is it the 97 Supra, this one? Am I right?
Yes, it is the 97. You're correct, sir.
Incredibly quick car. And during pre-season testing, Gazelle was actually topping all of the times when we were going round. I think, was it Bathurst we were testing at?
R51
really
R51 goes by.
Oof.
It goes by some sheer speed in that Honda S2000.
Yeah, there's not much quicker than that in a straight line, to be honest. It's into the corners he's going to struggle, and that's the same with all of them, isn't it? So he and Sprite are going to struggle with that. So it might be a chance now if we can't just get back to him. You see him edging closer. It's going to be the to and fro, isn't it? All the way through.
Absolutely, we can follow this battle to the end.
Yeah. And I think for the whole season, to be honest. So for those that have just joined this league and this channel, within the league, all of our drivers on car, they've got to keep it for the whole season. Their PIs will change. All right, so the performance index of the cars, it will change, allowing them to put different parts on, more horsepower, less weight, etc., depending on their finishing position in a reverse grid. Very similar to what you'd expect in something like British touring cars, where you get success ballast. We run exactly the same thing, and that governs a reverse order for the grid positions.
Flash just out on the gravel.
Flash going off there, yeah. Now, was that Speedy giving a bit of a rub, or did you do that yourself?
There was space. There was definitely space there, but possibly. Maybe just tried to leave a bit too much space, and then found himself eating the gravel.
Maybe, yeah. The camber on that bit of track as well is a challenge as you go into that downhill section as you go to the left. So it is a strange camber when you're going into that braking zone. If you haven't got the racing line just right, it is very easy to go off there if you're carrying a bit too much speed as well.
Oh, Gaz has got Izzy's dad here, down into turn 1.
He's carving up the pack, isn't he, Gazelle?
Absolutely is.
And let's just see if Izzy's dad's going to be able to fight back. We know the MX-5 is really, really good in these corners. He's got a brilliant front end on it, loads of aero, but he weighs nothing.
Oh, somebody's off in the background. Was that Neo? Neo is there. That was Matt Gale who's gone off. Matt Gale is...
Oh no, yeah, he's down into 14th. So where's he come from there? Hopefully the graphic shows us how many places he's lost there, but I've got a feeling it's about 8 places that he's lost in one go there. He was doing quite well.
It's a close battle now, there's 4 of them. There's 4, so we've got...
going to be really unhappy with that because he was racing really well. So he had a great start.
We've got
Definitely
Mark,
someone to watch.
Utah, Pro-Am Jim, Pro-Am Neo here, a 4-way fight.
And we've got it tight, haven't we, here? So considering we've got some really different cars that we've chosen here. We tried something different this season. We're not just working within one car division. JDMs, so Japanese cars that are absolutely tuned into the best sort of track cars that you're going to get at the top of A.
I tell you what, there's a few drivers eating the gravel tonight.
Yeah, he got a foot on the soft stuff there. It's lost him a lot of time.
A little lock up there from Sprout, but he's holding his own here at 4th position.
He is. So he's doing really well. The pace of that S2000 really is just... that car just suits him. It really does. In earlier seasons, he struggled in some of his car choices, particularly in last season, where we had some of the early Tourers, and he'd picked a car that was fairly challenging to drive, front-wheel drive car. Couldn't quite get the feel of that car for the season. Not something we can say this time around, going into that corner. Yeah, a little bit of a drift.
Speedy tucking right in his draft.
We're back with the pros again now.
Neo has got by Mark. Yeah, he's catching up on 40 now.
Ah, so he's just made that. But let's see.
Mark is back.
No, Mark's taking him back.
Mark has come back.
The RX-7, there's a reason that's the favourite for this season. And we see that as well. We've not talked about Toyhead that's in second. You can't see him right now. I'm hoping we get to see him in a minute. So Toyhead, so one of our drivers from the US, he's driving the RX-7, so he's new to the league. He's another one of our drivers that's come in and put in some really good performances. We've got him in the pro division now as well.
It's been squeezed now back there.
Going to be the so is this a squeeze on?
Speed is off. Speedy is off.
That's going to slow his advance on the rest of them, isn't it?
Yes.
So didn't quite see what caused him to go off there. But let's just see what happens here. 3 cars going into the corner here, and that downhill section is dangerous, because that's where, if you don't bleed off enough speed at the bottom there, you're straight into the gravel.
Yeah, we don't need any more in the gravel, but they all seem to be finding that tonight.
And he's got that overtake done. That was a clean pass. Great racecraft there. He found the gap, Speedy. So that was really great. So some smart racecraft, which is what we want.
Guys, it's just fallen by. It's just fallen by Toya there, didn't he?
Some really impressive racecraft here, as is common with Pro-Am Sim Racing UK.
Matt Gale's recovering well from his accident here now. He's 3 positions back. How far up the grid can he squeeze himself now after this?
And this is the part of the race really where we're going to see all of our pit stops happen as well. Those that have picked the medium tyre at the start, they're going to come out for maybe another 2 laps.
Just as you say that, one fires into the pits there in the foreground.
Yeah. And this is it. So we're starting to see some pitting in. So
G-Force
from the lead there is pitting in. That Sylvia, of course, has got absolutely fantastic speed. So we're going to definitely see more of him later. Hopefully fighting back towards the front of the grid. So XY and Sharkfin.
Sharkfin is pulling in on first place now. He's pulled away from R51.
Got 0.28 of a second there. 0.2 is nothing really. Back up to 0.3. So he's well within the draft there. But he's got into pits. So it's like I was saying a moment ago, Matt, we're going to see loads of them going in now. What that tells me though, just for everybody that's watching, and we've got 3 sets of tyres that we could choose from. We've got the soft, we've got far more grip, holds the heat much better, but they don't last very long. It's a very quick tyre, but you're not going to get many laps out of it. Potentially, some cars are only going to get 5 or 6 laps out of them. Those drivers that are using a wheel setup or have tuned their car in the camber so they can potentially eke out a little bit more, might well get potentially 7 or 8 laps, but that 7 or 8, lap 7 and lap 8 are going to be very, very slow laps with high tyre degradation. They're going to reach the cliff by the end of lap 8 when they're about to get into the pits if they're going for a halfway pit stop. For those that are on mediums, we're probably around about 10 laps potentially, and then maybe a soft at the end. And that's really going to make just some really exciting racing. If someone's had an accident earlier on, potentially they'll switch tyres to the hard and try and do a long run all the way to the end. Of course, that's going to be detrimental to their pace, isn't it? So we're going to see some real changes up in the field now as they're pitting in.
Well, indeed, Samita is. Oh no, it's Utah. It's not Samita. He's coming up on the back of Pro-Am Neo here. But he's probably in the pit soon now.
Yeah. It's good to see Utah as well. He's moving up that pack. It's very steady progress, to be honest. He's one of our fastest drivers. Has he got the right car? That's the question. This is race 1. It's too early to tell. So this is a really tight, twisty and technical track. He's not got a huge amount of downforce.
That's a wonderful move from Flash. He just flies around the outside
what we'd
there.
Expect with him. He's a great racer, and he is a real top performer within the AMS division as well. I think within that category, he's potentially one of those drivers, I would say, that's going to be at the cusp of going into pro for a promotion again in the next season. What do we think?
Yeah, it's quite possibly true there. It's quite possibly true. He's a very strong driver. He's working his way up now.
Interesting choice of car, actually. So he's gone for the Evo 6, I believe. Really interesting car. Huge amounts of power. Again, it's got those narrow tyres. It's the offset, and it's that balance that you've got to choose. When you're picking your car for the season, what are you going to go for?
Oh, it's
Are you
got the
going for the
4-wheel
wider
drive too.
tyres? So, well, yeah, has he gone 4-wheel drive or did he do the rear wheel conversion? Don't know. And it's something that I might check out before our next race, actually. I might ask him. We'll have a look.
Yes, good to get
Personally,
some
I
driver
go for the
insight
rear
on
wheel
this.
conversion every time. 4-wheel, got the acceleration. You don't always have the cornering. You lose a bit of PI by having the conversion on 4-wheel drive as well.
It's good for wet races though.
It is. It is. Or some of the twistier track, point and swerve. You know, if we were on somewhere like Sebring, perhaps it would be really, really good. So we've got 2 cars coming out of the pits now, 1 entering, and they're rejoining here. And we know there's great communication over the radio here as well. So on the Discord chat with the drivers, they coordinate when they're going in and out of the pits. What we don't want is a pile up as we're coming out. All right, a pile up into the first corner, for example.
This would be a disaster.
Really disastrous. Yeah, it's disastrous for the race, and we don't want people to leave the race disappointed. But that communication's really key, and that's something with this league that we do really, really well. I mean, learn from past mistakes.
So in the pros, we have everyone but the top 5 pitted now. The top 5 must be doing.
7. Do you think that's because of his pit, Matt?
Yeah, that's because of his pit. Oh, the top 5 haven't pitted, but they're all.
Right, I can see now.
They're all coming in the pits now.
We can see who's still in the pits now. Izzy's dad's in the pit. Neo, Jim, and Matt Byrne are all in the pits right now. This is mixing the order up nicely. I'm liking this. The Gazzo's back to 2nd already. He's gone from 7th to 2nd within as long as it took me to tell you that he'd moved down to 7. All right, so.
I just needed to wait for the pit strategists to balance it all out.
Yeah, and what that tells us is that they're going onto soft tyres now. Wow.
Yes.
Cars that are really, really dicey now. Right? We've got some real quick drivers. We've got Neo, we've got Jim, we've got Gazor, all coming out of the pits. 100% they're going to be on the soft tyre now. Because looking, we're on lap 10. This is going for the short stint game. So we've got Mark coming out of the pits here, I believe.
No, that's Wheelie. That's Wheelie coming out the pits. We're on the arm grid here.
Ah, right. So this is Mark's teammate, I believe, is it?
No, I'm Mark's teammate in Pro-Am Matt.
Right, okay. I'm looking at the grey paint job on that RX-7. So we've seen this battle now. Yep. So
Sprout is defensive driving here. This Pro-Am Matt is on the. He's got it up the inside. Can we make it go?
The gap was there. Look, Sprout left the door open there. He really did. If he'd have held on to the racing line there and took the inside, it would have been really difficult there.
Yeah.
I think that's a lesson to be learned, isn't it?
It's far more grip in that car too.
Yeah, he's got the pace on the straights. He really needs to hold his line on the inside.
Oh, this is
force
rubbing.
The drivers to take the long way round.
That was some rubbing there.
Out of the corner. Well, Rubbin's racing. Neo would tell you that's a cheeky grin, I think.
It is indeed.
Yeah, and he's the first one to laugh at that, I think. So, a little bit of a drift coming around that corner. U-Type's got absolutely nothing he could do about that either. So we can see here on the visual, every single driver's done 1 pit so far. Really, this race is just a one-stop race. Most drivers are going to go for a medium and a soft. Around they do, of course, is their prerogative. But from what it looks like, most drivers went from a medium to a soft. Looking at when they've done their pit stops, I can tell you that Kraken actually went for a soft. It didn't work out, so he'd lost far too much lap time. So you can see he's 25 seconds behind the leader there. All right, so. It's really far behind.
It's not the best track for this strategy, though. It's a very aggressive track. Yeah.
Tyre degradation on that front left, and it's just this car. It's the track. Some really high speed corners. They just absolutely hammer that tyre. So the front tyres just take it, I'm afraid. So it was a really poor strategy there from Kraken GT for this race.
Speedy has made it all the way this far into the race before pitting. He's very good on his tyres, apparently.
Well, that might be his mediums, but we'll have a look on the graphic in a minute and see how many pits people have done. Has he done more than 1 pit? Is it damaged potentially?
It could be a good shout.
I don't know if he's been involved in something to had to pit in because of some damage there, or if he's managed to get those mediums to like 10 laps, or 11 laps in what we're on now. So we're on the start of 11, so it would have been 10. So medium and then soft. So yeah, potentially a 10 lap medium, which is a pretty standard stint, I think, for the medium. So Speedy and Matt again. Some fairly decent
Find his way around
cornering
here.
here. So going a bit wide, then cutting in nice and late there. So cutting that corner, just squaring it off. Beautifully done. I'm loving that livery on Speedy's car as well. I think that looks absolutely superb.
It does indeed. Just plain black and white, so minimalist, but effective.
Yeah.
It's going to go by here. Pro-Am Matt is on the hard tyre, but he's keeping the inside line.
That's it. So we're drawing to the last couple of minutes here of the highlights. So we're on lap 12 out of 15 now.
Full go Speedy.
To a close. Yes, he has made it. There we go.
Nothing can be done when you've got the soft tyre versus the hard tyre. But
no, exactly. Not a huge amount that can be done there at all.
Oh, the race is drawing to a close.
That's it.
The final stages
aren't
upon
going to
us.
change a huge amount now, are they? Really?
Not particularly. No, we'll be stuck with where we are for the most part.
And let's see where his dad comes now, because he was absolutely just getting up that field quickly. But let's see whether he's going to be able to get past Toyhead. I hope we get to see that in this last couple of laps now. Not got much time. Let's see. He's very, very close now. So the interval just 2 seconds. So we've got a bit of work to do now to get up to Toyhead. Watching Mark right now. He has dropped down a bit more, so he's in 6th. We were saying he had a fairly consistent drive earlier, but we've had Utah and Neo that have managed to get past him, but Jim hasn't. So really impressive that he's held him off all this time. Had stops in between as well, so this was probably about 4 or 5 laps ago that we the last.
For how strong Jim is, it's definitely a good feat. He's gaining on him now though. Can he do anything?
The position of his car around those corners. It's certainly not by accident he's holding that line. It's making Jim go the long way around, which is exactly what he should be doing.
He's got to work for it, hasn't he?
He has. And Jim, on paper, in terms of point score finishes, is by far the faster driver. But Mark is holding him back, and he's really showing, no, I'm not going to give that pace up tonight. I'm going to keep hold of it. Whether we can. Right, we got our results. So, first place in the pros, we got Gazor, Izzy's dad second, G-Force third. And then in the Yams, we got Sharpin, R51, and XY. In terms of the teams, we've got Jap Scrap, which is in first position, Team Spec R in second, and Alpha Racing in third. It's still all to play for. Remember, with our reverse grid and our PI system, those that have got the positions tonight that are in our first, second, and third, of course, they're going to be starting those back positions. So they're going to have a huge drop in their PI. So it's going to be a big impact on the potential sort of horsepower they're going to have for the next race. And of course, that position that they're going to. So thanks for joining us for race 1. See you in the next one.
More in Sunset Peninsula.